So I went down to Phoenix, Arizona in order to see the Musical Instruments Museum. Now, I'll show y'all folks more of that later, but for now, I think I want to give you a little bit of context. So when I descended from the heavens in the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700, I noticed that there were some pretty thick clouds in the sky. Now, clouds don't typically faze me that much, but you have to keep in mind, Phoenix is situated smack dab in the middle of a desert, so clouds aren't exactly all that common. So the first thing that I noticed when I stepped out of the airport was the absolute steel-melting heat. It was 114 godforsaken degrees when I landed in Arizona, and it quickly became apparent to me that not only is Arizona completely unfit for human habitation, the whole of Arizona is actually not meant for any life to exist at all there. But then a bunch of idiots went out there in the middle of the desert and built the 5th largest city in the United States of America. In fact, it is so hot there that all the vendors that have outside seating have to have misters to keep all the fat people from melting. But hey, at least it's a dry heat, right? Yeah, it is a dry heat. But you know what else is a dry heat? Hell. Hell is a dry heat. Anyway, after that, I started paying attention to the roads, and I quickly noticed that people in Phoenix use their turn signal about never. On the electronic road signs above the big 6-lane highways, there was a warning about some escaped prisoners in a red GMC truck. So that was pretty spooky. There were a lot of white cars going around everywhere, because the color white actually reflects the sun's light rays, and in turn making it less hot inside the car. I'm assuming you already knew that, but I just wanted to clarify for any small-minded, small-brained individuals out there. Their license plate is not bad. It has some nice colors to it, and it represents what Arizona is all about. So after seeing a beautiful sunset from my hotel room, there was a big-ass thunderstorm, which was super epic. But do you remember that episode of the Magic School Bus where they went to the desert and then there was a big rainstorm? And in the morning, there were a bunch of flowers all over the cacti and plants? Well, that was a big lie. All the plants still look dead. Anyway, the next morning I went to the Musical Instruments Museum, which was absolutely incredible. I think that one of my favorite parts about the museum was how every culture in the world had bagpipes for some reason. Like, you think of bagpipes and you think of some big ol' Scottish guy with like a kilt. But no, apparently the Italians had bagpipes too. They were made out of pasta. There was a lot of good food down in Phoenix. Or more specifically, the area around my hotel. Unfortunately, I did not have any spaghetti, but I'm sure that if you went, you could find some pasta italiano, if you know what I mean. So all in all, would I live there? Well, after much consideration, I'd have to say no. It is just way too hot down there. In fact, it is so hot that one time I put an ice cube on the ground and I just watched it melt there right in front of me. I watched it melt for like a minute. Also, similarly to California, the water tastes like pee-pee because it is run through a several mile long metallic pipe meters beneath the sand, because people want to live in a desert. I don't know why. It's horrible living in a desert. It's constantly above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. You have to build your house out of mud, and there's no water for miles around. So unfortunately, as cool as it would be to say that I live in a city called Phoenix, I'd have to say no. I would not want to live in Arizona. Anyway, I gotta end this video so that I can work on another epic video that's coming out sometime. It'll probably be a very long time, but stay tuned, folks. I'm not dead yet.